Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedom and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country. In the courtrooms of America, Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedom.
Have you heard of Obama's Unaffordable Health Care Act? That's the actual result of this so-called Obamacare. I'm Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel. Joining me is Matt Barber, vice president of Liberty Counsel Action. Matt, the IRS has now come out and they have admitted that the cheapest Obamacare plan, the cheapest, not the high level, but the cheapest, the so-called, I think, bronze level, will cost $20,000 per family per year. For the average family, $20,000 per year. It is named the Affordable Health Care Act, and they use the shorthand name sometimes, the Affordable Care Act. This is really the Unaffordable Health Care Act, $20,000 per family. It was supposed to lower health care costs, which we knew that was a joke and it was not true. Now the IRS comes out and acknowledges, actually, it's going to be quite expensive.
Yeah, $20,000, the cheapest amount for a family. You know, we're finding as the numbers are coming in that the amount has doubled, it's tripled, you know, in terms of how much this is going to cost the taxpayer. They said it'll be under $1 trillion. It's gone up and up and up. It is unsustainable. We know that it's unsustainable on the back of the taxpayers, generally speaking, but it's going to really start to hit home to individual families, those same families who are starting to file their taxes this year and seeing that this nonsense about no tax increases on the middle class was just that, nonsense. People are seeing their taxes skyrocket. The Obamacare tax now is going to be devastating to many families. $20,000, the lowest amount for an American family. There's nothing affordable about this health care government takeover.
And if any member of your family is not covered, you have to get separate insurance for that member of the family or pay a penalty. So even if you have the majority of your family covered, you have, say, 5 people in the family, husband and wife and 3 kids, but one of them is not covered, you have to pay a penalty for that person or go out and get a separate insurance policy for that individual as well. I mean, this is an unbelievable bureaucratic nightmare, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Wait till the further expenses hit. And this is the lowest level of plan. This is your basic bottom line entry-level insurance plan under Obamacare. I spoke to a doctor down in Orlando, Florida a couple weeks ago. Hispanic doctor, practiced for a number of years, no longer is practicing medicine now. He's actually become a political activist because of Obamacare. Many doctors down in Central Florida have lost their jobs. Some of those that have actually had private practice working in hospitals have decided to sell their practice to the hospitals, and they're leaving the practice. They are tired of dealing with the paperwork, and under Obamacare, the paperwork is going to exponentially increase. So a number of doctors are no longer autonomous. They're being taken over by hospitals to manage them. Other doctors literally have lost their jobs. This was one of the persons that just literally is no longer practicing medicine because of Obamacare. And he's an individual that I would say he's probably in his late 40s, mid-50s. Much of his career is still ahead of him. Very talented doctor, left the practice of medicine. You know,
the numbers just don't add up. And so you have to wonder, what are liberals thinking here? What was this president thinking here? Did he know that this was going to essentially sink the economy? Or did he really believe his own rhetoric? Does he really believe the socialist talking points that he hangs on to so desperately? As the numbers are starting to unfold here, we see that this is going to do exactly that. It's going to destroy our economy. It's going to bankrupt, very possibly, individual families. And so this underscores just how important our Liberty Counsel's ongoing lawsuit against Obamacare is, representing Liberty University and some private citizens here against this takeover.
We'll file our first series of briefs this month, and then I'll argue the case mid-May at the Court of Appeals, and then after that we have a decision, and then from there potentially back to the United States Supreme Court. This will be the second time at the Court of Appeals for our case, Liberty University versus Geithner, and then back hopefully to the United States Supreme Court. Our case represents the broadest challenge to Obamacare in existence because it challenges the entirety of the employer mandate, and it also challenges the HHS mandate, which causes employers like Liberty University to fund abortion. Yeah. It also challenges the individual mandate as well, because the individual mandate, which you haven't heard about in the media very much, also requires individuals to fund abortion. If you are an individual in a plan that covers abortion, even though you don't have anything to do with it, you're opposed to it, in addition to your monthly premiums, you have to pay a separate fee on every month, $1 per month, every month for every individual in that plan. And that goes not to your general insurance premium, it goes to a segregated fund, and that fund is solely for the purpose of funding abortion. This is the biggest abortion funding scheme in history, both for individuals as well as employers. Our lawsuit represents a comprehensive challenge to all of that. So keep Liberty Counsel's lawsuit in your prayers. You know, I just read recently, too, you remember the death panels that Sarah Palin was criticized by the left media?
And sure.
Well, there really is a panel that actually does what Sarah Palin said, and it also will, in fact, deal with rationing. An article just recently came out. This particular panel will be charged with, I think it's about 15 people, 12 to 15 people on this panel. No one's on the panel yet, by the way. And I'll tell you why. But this particular panel will look at what kind of condition you have, whether or not you should get this kind of treatment, and whether you're even eligible for this treatment. So it will actually ration treatment from people who otherwise need treatment. But the reason why no one's on the panel is because even people who supported Obamacare, they don't want to go on that panel because it'll ruin their career.
Yeah, they're on the death panel.
They're actually on the panel, and they will be soundly criticized by everyone within the healthcare industry because they're going to be making these rationing decisions. And those who originally supported Obamacare said, you got to be kidding. I'm not going to be on the panel. They were invited to be on the panel. They have refused. Nobody is on that panel at this moment.
Yeah, it's coming apart. The wheels are coming off this monster that, again, is careening us toward the edge of the cliff here. We have layer upon layer of factors of it's just unconscionable that they would push this through. Again, the HHS mandate you mentioned, the Obama administration seeing that they're losing momentum on this, losing support. They have again feigned a constructive, a fake compromise. They keep coming up with these compromises that aren't compromises in order to try to appease. And again, Catholic bishops have said no,
And let's look at that particular one. We've gone through, it's an 80-page proposed new regulation that came out a few days ago on a Friday afternoon. And they say, well, if you're a religious employer, you hold yourself out that way, and you don't want to provide, say, these abortifacient or abortion-inducing drugs, then you don't have to do that. If you're covered by an insurance company, the insurance company will, but you won't have to. If you're a self-insured and you have a third-party administrator, you don't have to do it, but the third-party administrator will. So the question comes up is, okay, is that just a smoke and mirrors juggling? Because somebody's got to pay for it.
It's a shell game because you're paying for the insurance to begin with.
So the third-party administrator, even if you're self-insured, they're not going to just do it. They're not going to just pull from their pocket.
Yeah.
They're going to eventually pass it back on to the self-insured as a higher administrative rate. The insurance company is going to eventually pass it on to the employer as a higher premium rate. At the end of the day, you're still going to pay for it indirectly.
You're paying for the abortions.
You're paying for the abortion. Well, it's just a shuttle game.
And that doesn't even address the fact that either the First Amendment, your freedom of conscience, your freedom of religious expression and exercise, doesn't just cover a religious organization that holds itself out. As it covers individuals. It covers businesses like Hobby Lobby that would still be forced to fund abortion. So Matt, again, smoke and mirrors. It's all a shell game, and it's going to bankrupt America.
Well, give us a call at Liberty Counsel, 1-800-671-1776. Go to our lc.org website. That's lc.org. And you can call us at 800-671-1776. If you know of an issue in your area affecting family, faith, or freedom, give us a call or send us an email. Sign up for our Liberty Alert email or our Grassroots Action Activist email. We have over 500,000 people that are part of that email list. If you want to be an activist and be involved where you can sign petitions and make your voice known, That's the email to be a part of. Remember, Liberty Counsel, of course, with your prayers and financial support. We depend upon your prayers, your support of this ministry to be able to continue to do the cases that we are involved with. Also, go to the Liberty Counsel website. We have 2 major events coming up. The Awakening 2013 in Orlando, Florida, April 19 and 20. I hope that you're able to be there. This is a powerful event. And also the trip to Israel, the Liberty Ambassador Council program. Both of those you can get information on the website at lc.org.
You have been listening to Faith and Freedom with Liberty Counsel. We hope that we have motivated you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedom. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email updates. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.